to the event. This message brought to you by the Beaufort South District Disaster Preparedness Committee and NEMO, and funded by the USAID Office of Foreign Disaster Assistance.
Calling all country lovers, Hits FM's Country Train Invasion is at the Lage Babano Mothers and Fathers Hall, Saturday, November 30th.
Your kisses take my breath.
Tickets are only $10. Your country invasion hosts, Randy the Sidekick, Dr. Secret, Lady Diane.
The jukebox is full of quarters.
Your DJs, St. Lucia's lone female country DJ A, the Grand Master of Country, DJ Webby, and the Hits FM DJ family.
At the bartender's new job, I do alright.
It's the Country Train Invasion at the Lage Babano Mothers and Fathers Hall. Food and drinks will be on sale with lots of prizes to be won.
Just to say that to me.
Lock that date, Saturday, November 30th. Hits FM's Country Train Invasion, Lage Babano. Don't miss it.
She used to say that to me.
Hurricanes can be very destructive. Although we can't stop them, we can lessen the effects of hurricanes on our lives and property by preparing. Start by having a family disaster management plan in place long before the hurricane season starts. Discuss your plan with your family and ensure that everyone education, special need items for infants, the elderly and persons with disabilities. Remember to regularly replace items like water, food, medication and batteries. Ensure that your home and vehicle insurance coverage are appropriate and up to date, and secure important documents in a watertight container. Ensure that your house and property is in good condition and can weather the storm. Trim branches away from your house and prune all dead or weak trees on your property. The Atlantic hurricane season is from June to November, but preparedness is year-round. Always be prepared. This message brought to you by the Beaufort South District Disaster Preparedness Committee and NEMO, and funded by the USAID Office of Foreign Disaster Assistance.
The Maximum Music Authority hits.
And of course, I want to say good morning to you, Empress.
Bonjour, bonjour, ça va, ça va?
Oh
ça
my
va
goodness, oh my goodness, you're gonna do me wrong. Right off the bat, you do me wrong.
How you mean?
I mean,
but we bilingual in St. Lucia, you know.
I know, I'm still working on my.
You don't have to rush one day at a time.
I haven't bought my lingo yet.
Wait.
How are you doing? How was your morning? How was your evening, your afternoon, yesterday evening, last night, everything
it was okay.
up to now?
Yeah, it was alright. This morning was raining. We got some beautiful showers.
You know, it's funny when we're in the studio, we don't know when it's raining. Eh?
No, you don't know. You have to go outside.
Yeah, I just went outside. I was like, oh, wow, when did this happen? Yeah.
So if you don't have your umbrella today, you're stuck in that. So people, if you're just leaving home, at least try to walk with a little parasol, a little umbrella, because you know how it is when you want to go, but you have to wait on the rain.
Yeah.
And that keeps you back.
You know, I've never owned one of those things my entire life.
A lot of people are allergic. They are allergic to umbrellas.
Actually went out and said, you know what, let me get me an umbrella.
A lot of people.
If I ever have one, I stole it.
Or there are people who constantly leave the umbrellas behind. Yeah. That's right. So, I left the home with one, but by the end of the day, you come back home, it's no, you lost it. So you know how it is.
All right, so we're back at it again. Woman for
Man versus woman. Bonjour, Setley C. Good morning. Good morning. All right, thank you so much for keeping it locked on. It's now the midday lockdown.
Yes, of course.
That's right,
officially.
midday lockdown. On Hits FM 92.1, 91.1, the Maximum Music Authority. It's Empress Ika and Asylum in the building. Man versus woman.
All right.
Today,
so
I have to read this one today.
Uh-huh.
Yesterday, so we do it day by day.
Okay, day by day? All right, that's
we
good.
alternate.
Before you go into it, any questions for me? Anything you want to know? I mean,
yeah, of course. How was the evening? How was yesterday? Did you sleep well?
It was not bad. It was better, but my evening was better than my morning. So my day got better.
Okay, wonderful.
Which is all we can ask for at times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that's good.
I actually went to bed early. Yeah, for a change.
For
That's really
wow,
yeah,
for a change.
yeah.
Your body must be saying,
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Shutdown time. And, you know, sometimes we push ourselves to the limit, and you get to the point where the body says, "Yeah, okay, that's it, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Enough is enough. I'm shutting this down."
Right.
And-
so that's why when you find yourself just falling asleep in front of the TV or in front of something that
You
you
know,
were doing.
I can do that almost any time. It doesn't have to be evening, night, morning, whatever. As long as I can't watch TV.
Oh, as long as you relax.
As soon as I sit down in front of the TV, that's it. I'm out.
Well,
Yeah. So I'm not a
That's
good
good.
person to take to the movies or any of that.
oh,
And if I fall asleep, if I manage to watch a movie, fine.
Mm-hmm.
If I fall asleep through that movie, I would always fall asleep through that movie.
okay. All right.
So in order to watch a movie, I have to sort of pinpoint where I fell asleep and start from there. Watch a little bit more, fall asleep again. Then the next
Wow.
time again, start from there until I get to the end.
So
of the
hold
movie.
on. So it takes you about 3 days to watch a
About
movie.
About 3 years.
3 days to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
mhm.
That's good.
So, man versus woman, we've got a really nice situation here on our hands this morning.
nice. Everything is soaps.
Before we get into everything soaps. Before we get into it, good morning to the folks over at Carol's Kitchen.
Pick up yourself, Caro, and the stuff down there. Caro.
Yes.
We need something nice today. You
You need
know, you
something
have to
nice
treat
today.
us nice today.
Let's see what's on the menu.
A little sample, you
you
know.
want a sample? What's on the menu at Carol's Kitchen today?
All right, so I see we
course, they
still
have
have the
grilled
main
fish.
staples
Yes. Uh-huh.
with the steamed fish, grilled fish, garlic fish, Creole fish.
Right.
All right, and we're ranging from $25 to $27.
Mm-hmm.
And also, for those who, you don't feel like fish today,
Yes.
there is big chicken, stew turkey, stew wings, and rice.
Oh.
And then we have the fried plantain
Black
and
eyed
black-eyed peas and tossed salad. Oh, my. Is it lunch already? Not yet?
Yes, it is.
Oh, my.
Officially, for me, it's lunch.
Wow. So
Yeah.
that sounds wonderful today, Carol. Big up yourself. The menu looks great.
Yes, of course, and the food is always great.
Always great. And
You can. Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Well,
Ladies
that's what I normally do, jinx.
ladies first. Beautiful age.
Okay. So you can always contact Carol's Kitchen via WhatsApp, or you could call them at 519-6886. All right, to place your orders beforehand.
And somebody please pay for one of the bottles of local juices for me. It's only $5.
Oh yes, yeah.
Only $5.
Local juices, $5.
Just tell him it's you're gonna pay for it for Asylum. He'll come and get it sometime.
Sometime.
Yes.
That's true.
All right.
And also for those of you who can't have enough of your fast food, you get your portion of fries, chicken and fries, fish and fries as well. All right, so
Now, what would pique your interest there today at Carol's Kitchen?
well, I don't know. To me, the fish still looking hot
Fish
for
still
this
looking hot?
weekend. Yeah.
You know, I'm not a fan of turkey, but whenever you stew that, yeah, you can get Asylum's attention one time.
All right.
So I might try the stew turkey today, and of course I know Carol's always puts a finger licking taste to it.
What?
Yes.
And the size of the plate, you think it's one little spoon
No,
or little half
right,
spoon,
right.
just to make the plate
Yeah.
look nice. And when you finish, you're still hungry. You saying, Carol, what's that? Huh? No. We're not on that at Carol's Kitchen at all. You get a plate of food to hold you.
When you're done with the rightus, a serious case of the rightus,
You can't
you'll
finish
have.
work, huh?
You have to
You
go
can't
back to
finish
work
work. You have to go back
and
and-
loosen up the belt and all that stuff.
Yeah, try and walk around the office or something.
All right, so Carol's Kitchen is definitely the place to be. You're located on St. Louis Street, right behind the SDA in Castries. Right. So if folks check it out, make sure you tell them that we sent you. And if you have a restaurant or food shop and you want us to mention your menu on a daily basis, we have a little program going on for the small businesses. So please.
Oh yes, we have a nice package.
Little package for the small businesses. It's not a lot, actually. It's very, very affordable. And you can reach us at 457-7488. That's 457-7488.
That's right.
All
Give
right?
us a call. We'll
Hook you up.
Oh yeah.
We'll hook you up.
We'll hook you
So
up
you can
for
hook
sure.
people up.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
That's
hook
what it is.
us up in
It's a whole-
between.
eh.
A hook up circle,
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's get into our topic for today. You said that you're gonna take
Juicy.
today?
Yeah, because today our writer is female, and she has some sort of a. People, listen up, huh? Let's
right.
go. So, good day, guys. I am desperate to have a child. I am an independent woman. Now we have to break that down.
Right.
We come into that. I am an independent woman with a good job, and I am hitting 40 years. I am single by choice because I feel men are really a waste of time, and I hate them. But I feel jealous. Note that I'm stressing on the okay, we taking note. But I feel jealous when I see women with their children, and the more I think about it, the more I want to have a child. I have been looking into adoption, but sometimes these things have many issues. Like the child may want their real parents after a while, and you may adopt a child with issues from their parents' DNA. Long and short, I want my own child. I have asked a friend of mine to get me pregnant, but he says he would want a part to play in the child's life, so I objected. I asked another guy, and he looked at me like I was crazy. The last friend I had thought I had an agenda by my request. I don't need the baby father to play any part except to just impregnate me. Honestly, I can raise my child on my own, so maybe you can give me some advice. Okay, people, so this is the letter for today coming from our female listener. And of course, you could always, tune in right now. Tell your friends, your neighbors, your massive, your crew, tune into Hits FM right now, 92.1, 91.1. And it's on. Call us at 458-2488. Send your messages to our WhatsApp platform. That is 489-4781. All right.
You can also take WhatsApp calls.
Yes,
So
we
you
take
can
the
call
calls
us
as
also.
well. Oh, you see how we cater to you. So if you don't
course.
have credit, but you're in a little Wi-Fi, you can just give us a call. Simple as that. So, we're breaking it down. She says that she is
Independent.
desperate to have a child.
Desperate.
Independent, good job,
Right.
hitting 40.
Yeah.
So as a woman, I do my studying of these things already because, after 35, we have to start checking on our clock because we know we're like ticking time bombs after certain ages. Men on pause, literally.
Men on pause.
Silent to laugh.
Men on pause.
But it's men on pause. For
I mean,
sure.
I am, and funny enough, there's a lot of women these days that think that way. I mean, I listened to
Ladies,
the entire,
what
and
water you're drinking?
I read the entire situation, and it just tells me of a very selfish, stuck-up person
Very.
who just wants what they want. And I'll get into that after. She probably feels that because she can afford it, she can go out and buy a vehicle. A child is not a vehicle. There's more to raising a child than being able to pay for stuff. As a father, and that's what I keep telling people. If she wants, there's a lot of guys out there who are more than happy to jump in the sack with her and get her pregnant.
Yeah, and finish with that.
There's a lot of fellas out there, a lot of guys out there who are not playing a role in their children's life. Is that right? No, it's not. All right. I think as a child, I would want to know that my father is there. I would want to know who my father is.
Yes.
I would want to know that when the time comes when I'm playing little sports that my father's on the sideline. When I go to the beach, my father's there to teach me how to swim, teach me how to ride a bicycle. These are things that men should do with their children.
Oh yes.
Now, when you decide that you want to have a child on your own, you don't want anybody involved. You're taking all these things away from a child.
That's the thing.
Right?
That's the thing. She is on her own selfish spree where she says directly, men are a waste of time.
Exactly. But
And,
yet
she hates them.
you're depending on a man to I heard a young lady say the other day I was walking through town and that to me I when I first heard it I thought was like, really? And then after thinking about it, I understood it. I better understood what she was saying. A young lady was walking, and obviously an older person that she knew, stopped. Hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you for a while. And they chat a little bit while I'm passing. And she says, "You have no children yet?" And she said, "Me, I'm too selfish for that."
Oh wow! At least she was honest.
She was honest. And when she said that, I thought that why would you make a statement like that? But then I got to understood that. Basically, she's not ready.
Right.
I mean, she's still taking care, dealing with her. She's still doing things for herself. She still has that selfishness about her. She wants to do her thing. And when she's done that, then Because children, they need time.
Yeah, they need time.
A lot of time.
And energy.
Effort. And no one parent that I know can fulfill that 100% for a child, no matter how much money you have.
And you know how we have it? We have a lot of single mothers in St. Lucia, and we have single fathers as well, but the single mothers outweigh single fathers by
right.
far. And most of the single mothers have more than one child. Although, lately, have you been hearing in the statistics that right now our women between, I believe it's between 25 and 35, they're not having as many children as before.
Right.
So, you know, our statistics are going down as
right.
far as babies being born. Now, we know the whole reason, well, part of the reason for that is because we are career driven right now.
Yeah,
Women are career driven.
They wanna
And we follow the structure that was set to us from school, college, university, job, house, car, land, and then husband, and then baby.
Yeah.
So, you know, still a lot of us women, we still follow that. So that's why when we see boy 35, 36, 37,
times are
38
ticking.
knocking on the door, and you have your house, your land, your car, your this, your blah, you travel all over the world already,
It's time.
and no children yet.
And the thing is, though, I personally believe, because I mean, I grew up in North America, and a lot of my friends, I wish I did follow a lot of their footsteps, did that. They put all the infrastructure in place, and then, you know, they had children. You know, I know of dozen of my friends that I went to school with that are now having kids.
Now, exactly.
Now having kids. But guess what? They have the money in the bank. They're already on their second home, so they have invested. They're comfortable. They've traveled the world. They've done a lot for themselves. Now it's time to have
sit down and have your children. But on the other side of that coin,
they'll be minding kids at
this age. You're still feeling young and fresh. You still want to travel.
But the thing is, I think too, the important thing here is affordability.
That's the thing.
Sometimes we have children and we can't afford, and that's where problems usually come, especially in a relationship where it's hard on young couples trying to get started, and they have, and I wouldn't say the added weight of a child, right? But that's exactly what it is. It makes it that much more difficult for you to really set goals and reach them.
Right, because there's rent, groceries, transport, feed yourself.
Some people are still going to school, they're still developing as people.
A lot of things. And but there are children to take care of.
And they have children to take care of. So whether you do it earlier in life or later in life, it really doesn't matter. It's really how you handle it during the process.
That's it.
You know?
But to me, I believe, well, me, I don't know. I had my first daughter at 24. I was working. I was with my dad. These days,
most people would applaud you if you hold out to 24.
Hold out so long.
No, for real, because you walk through town
from 18, 16, that's
16,
it.
yeah. You go through town, and some of these girls you see with their little belly, and the belly is bigger than them. They can barely carry their little belly, and for the ones you see one child under the arm already,
and one in the hand,
and one in the hand, and one
in the oven still baking.
Yeah,
yes.
you know. But going back to our writer, you said you're independent. If you're independent, you don't need anyone for anything. That's independence for me. Right. That's independence to me. You're only thinking of a child because, again, you see your friends with children, and the clock is ticking. The maternal clock is ticking. You're hitting 40. You have you realize that, okay, you know what? I focused on everything else, but this. So now you want this to be a focus, and you try to force or bully people into.
That's what it is.
Into doing
That's what it is. That's what it is. Because she says, I feel jealous when I see women with their children.
Right.
So she don't see the fathers, you don't see the men there too.
But my question is to her though: why would you want to have a child and not have the father around? Why don't you just look for the right person for you?
That's the question.
Does it mean that you're not willing to share your environment, share your with anyone? So it tells me that you're a selfish person, and that's not a good environment for a child.
That's not. That's correct. I agree. Because at the end of the day, as a woman with a son, There are certain things, yes, I can teach my son, but I would rather his father teach him.
Teach him, yeah, exactly.
Or his stepfather, or whoever it is, teach him.
True.
Because they have certain things, I don't know how to hold that, I don't know how to wash it properly. How you supposed to,
You
do
find a way to
certain
teach him,
things.
though.
Yeah, you find a way as a mother, because
Yeah.
mother is
But
there from...
rightfully, it should be a father.
to teach you how to do certain
'Cause
things, how
I
to
remember
wash yourself. how
my
to-
oldest son, when he was a little boy, he used to come and stand and watch me pee and all that kind of stuff. And that's how they
Exactly.
learn. You
Something
look and he's
simple as
curious
that. They have
There's
to
no,
learn.
there's no lesson there. He just watches you and he learns. You mean even me as an individual, as a child, there are certain things that I would have loved to have my father there, and he wasn't. And it lasted a lifetime. I'm still thinking about those days. I still every once in a while I'll go back to those days and say, well, I wish my dad was more a hands-on father. And children go through that. So for you to say that you don't need a man in your life,
Don't need
that's-
and you hate them.
that's your choice. But
And
guess
she's
what?
single by choice.
By choice. Then stay motherless by choice. By choice.
Exactly. Just leave it
Because
all.
raising a child is really, it was meant to be two people's job or
But
responsibility.
the whole thing, it takes two, a sperm and an egg.
Yeah. From start to
Spermatozoa
finish.
and an egg.
From
That's
start
all
to
it.
start to finish.
You need it.
you
You need the 23 chromosomes from the male, the 23 chromosomes from the female to get a 46 chromosome human being.
Yes.
That's how it goes. Now, if she's talking about, I don't know, my dear, but there's something called artificial insemination. I'm not sure if that's really popular in the Caribbean as yet, but if you're
I'm
independent,
sure if she's
take a
independent and
flight.
she has a good job, she can,
Yeah, man,
she
take
can
a flight.
go overseas and fix up.
Go overseas and do something. But
when you come back to St. Lucia, I still say that your child is going to need a father. I mean, there's
Most
a lot of
definitely.
there's a lot of women who would tell you, "Oh, my child don't need no father."
please.
Right? Realistically, yes, he does, or she
Yes.
does.
Yep.
Some of you say that because you're bitter, and in this person's she hates men, and,
Yeah,
and
she
she doesn't like men.
Waste of
Waste of
time.
time. So these are the people who end up saying, these type of things.
Now, now we're not attacking the writer, but we're just highlighting what she said and how serious of a statement she made by saying these things.
And the implications.
And the implications of what she says.
Right.
Now she's knocking on adoption. Now adoption, come on, people, you have to give adoption a choice and a chance as well.
Right.
Because adoption is something very serious. There are orphans, a lot of children who lost their parents.
Right.
Or, the mother was not able, or the mother was too young,
Right.
or there is no other option but to just house a child, take care of a child for as long as you can, and try to get somebody to open their heart and open their home
to that child.
to a child.
Yeah.
So she shouldn't be knocking on adoption like that. I know a lot of people have their perception, well, it's the parents, sometimes DNA, like she said,
Like she
DNA.
said, she pointed out some. She made some
DNA
big points
and
there.
issues, because of the original DNA, or sometimes behavioral
Issues, right, based on
diseases, all these kind of things. These things.
At the end of the day, when you make a commitment to raise a child, you make a commitment to raise a child, right?
Whether
And
it's a baby or a bigger child.
a bigger child, and I mean, again, adoption gives children a second chance.
It does.
It does. For whatever, especially if the reason why the child is up for adoption is because maybe the mother passed away or
there's
not
abuse.
able to abuse or not able to take care of a child because of age and all of that. I think that's one of the things that if you ever get the opportunity to do,
Yes, you should.
You should. If you're looking at that as an option, I think it's something that's definitely worthwhile because you're giving an innocent human being a chance at life, and the more you invest in that, is the better off that child will be down the road.
Right. So why look at adoption as a
positive
bad thing?
right.
Why would you look at it as a bad thing? Because DNA is different.
And
Just by giving
If-
the child love, everything,
if you raise
all
a child
bad mind the child
Exactly.
had could just disappear. You know,
because of you,
Right.
and I was getting to that. I said if you decide that. If that child decides, when he's an adult or even when he's old enough to understand, say, okay, well, I understand I'm adopted.
and some
Can I
don't even know.
come and that, it depends on how
Some
you raise the
don't even
child.
know, exactly.
If you raise the child with a lot of love and you cherish that child, you raise that child as your own. There's no need for the child to know that.
So why the celebrities adopting? All over the world.
You know, a lot of them do it because they can afford it.
Exactly.
A lot of them do it because they can
A lot
afford
of
it.
a lot of them
right?
do it as part of humanitarian.
Humanitarian, right?
You know, efforts.
My thing is, in her situation, or in a lot of women who are unable
Now that's the thing.
to have children.
That's the thing when you wait so
You know?
long and you're knocking on menopause and you're waiting for the right person or you know
Or
your
if you
career and all these
or if
things.
you just,
you're too
you just
busy.
because of medical reasons are unable
all
to
that
bear a
too.
child.
That too.
Adoption is a very, very good option.
Very good.
It is a very good option.
You can even adopt within your family,
Within
within
your
your
family.
extended family.
And you know, I think the difference is some people adopt, but they don't adopt.
That's true. That
You
goes
don't-
back to
you-
the nene and the power. What
Yes.
do you call that? In English, the godmother and
Godmother and
godfather.
godfather, yes.
Oh, all these things.
You know, when you adopt the child, you're supposed to, you know, take on that responsibility 100% to be that child's parent.
yeah.
And I don't think the child needs to even know that unless they find out somewhere and they come and ask you.
How
then
you mean?
Then you can.
No,
you know?
hold on, no, just now.
I don't
No,
think so.
Asylum, I'm not going to agree on that
No?
one. Huh? If I was adopted, I want to know.
You want to know?
When I'm old enough to understand, just let me know.
Just that you know.
Yes.
I beg to differ
Because to
I
me,
believe-
it saves. It doesn't matter if you pick me up from the gutter.
Sure.
And you pick me. I wanted to
I
know who
don't
put me in
think-
the gutter in the first place.
I don't think that's a can of worms that need to be open. I mean,
okay, well, I think we are-
especially if you have a child that you know
You got from baby?
Yeah, and you raise that child to be your own, and that's the difference. People who, when you find children wanting to find out about their biological parents if they were adopted,
It's because they're lacking
they're lacking something.
Well, they feel that disconnection then.
You know, I even heard of
I know,
programs
we have
now.
we have a call.
I even heard of programs now that actually, I think that's our office.
Oh, outside.
Right. There are programs now that will actually help the mother to, you know, to really get close to that child from the onset to the point where they even induce breastfeeding.
What do you,
So they'll have the adopted mother lactate. So there's a program that will help them to
Okay.
produce milk, and so they can breastfeed this child to, in some cases, to make themselves feel closer to that child.
Well, I know about the surrogate. Surrogate is
And
another
surrogate is
one.
another one, yeah.
Where you know the couple would have their separate cells fertilized, and put
implanted into
another
the person
woman
who
and
carried the child. Yeah.
so all that as well.
I mean, there's so many
But
things
it
available.
pays I heard it pays handsomely too, to be a surrogate.
It does. I think I just read an article the other day that is becoming an industry in Jamaica. There's actually a website that
Wow.
people are advertising this service
To be a surrogate.
to be a surrogate mother. We've got a message here. It says, that's the thing with independent women who think they can control everything around.
That's the
They
thing.
push everyone away, including people that might actually love them, because she thought she could do everything on her own. She neglected that part of her that needed a man. All right.
Okay. And feel free to call us
Yes.
right now, 458-2488.
88.
Join the conversation. It's man versus woman. And
That's
this
it.
one is about an independent woman who is desperate to have a child,
Uh-huh.
but on her own. That's
her
her
own-
terms
on
and
her own.
conditions.
On
She
her
wants
own.
to do it on her own.
She wants
Now-
to just have someone.
Just impregnate her. That's
it.
all.
Walk away.
Just so one night stand, Michael.
Maybe.
She don't want that. Or she's still
Maybe.
looking for specific characteristics.
And that is the
okay.
thing. She might want to engineer this, so make sure it's one of her friends who, you know,
Yeah,
who has certain attributes,
But
has
look,
certain,
but
certain
look,
qualities.
she's saying it there. Look, she's saying it there. She asked her friend,
Right.
and the person said they have to be involved. And she said, okay, no thanks.
Right.
Then she asked somebody else. The person said, oh, you have an agenda.
Exactly.
You on something.
Maybe-
You're looking for something. And then when she said,
picking a hole, man, like,
she looking for something. And then the third person told her, girl, you must be out of your mind.
Right.
Move in front of me with that.
true. I probably would tell her the same thing. I'd probably say the same thing. I'd say, you know what, yeah.
Just so.
Because, I mean, these things, what if something happens to her? Where does the child end up? I mean, I cannot stand there as
That's
a
the
biological father knowing, okay, well, we had an arrangement, I got her pregnant, she has a child, but now she's ill, or God forbid she passes away. What am I going to do? Stand there and let my conscience be my guide?
Well, she needs to do a lot of research before she goes, because she said she wants some advice. So, writer, my advice is that you need to do some research, because being a single mother is not the easiest job in the world. It is not. Even if you have a partner in the house sharing responsibilities,
it's still tough.
Believe me, it could be one child, it could be half a child still baking in the oven. It's hard.
My quick advice to her would be come off of the cloud you're on.
Oh, the horse.
Come down to earth.
That horse.
Come down to earth. Let's talk reality here.
Yes.
Let's talk reality.
You can't do that. There's daycare. You cannot have one parent for daycare. You busy at work. What are you gonna do? You're gonna retire? You're gonna retire for the next 10 years to make sure you take care of your child for the next 10 years? How you doing that, my dear? You cannot do that because you need the steady paycheck every month to feed.
Right now, my little fella is there. He's sick. He can't go to school today because he's not feeling well.
Roro, trouble and worries.
So these are some of the unforeseen issues we're gonna call coming in here via WhatsApp. Hits FM, good morning, you're live. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Empress Iko?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Alright.
Okay, where do I begin? Okay. When we talk about independent women, right? Independent, we think of you doing it on your own. You don't need nobody. Whatever goals you set for yourself, you go towards it. You become controlling. You have a mindset that everything you do is for your own and thing. One thing that we cannot control is who love us and what we love and whatever. We cannot make somebody love us when we independent. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right? So right now there she wants a child. Now we all know from school what we need to get a child.
Right.
We need the man, and then we need the fertilization, and we need but these days we have other means of. The point is you still need a man. So right now I don't know how she will do it. But my lady, you need a man to make a child.
That's true.
So she asked casual to another man. That's the thing. You just go and you ask. You don't think that people will say you crazy?
Yes.
Just so I'm a man and you come and tell me I want a child but I don't want you to be there. So just I will give you my child.
Right.
So she I don't know if she don't know how to do it or if she pushing people away, and that's not how you will get it. So she needs to have the same way she going towards her goals, her independent goals or whatever. She should try and look at it on a different light. So try and if she fall in love and this kind of things, and and then you cannot just go around asking your friends to make children to make a child, right?
Scaring them away.
Maybe she should take an ad out in the paper.
Maybe
she should put an ad on the TV.
I need to watch YouTube videos or something and know that it doesn't happen that way.
I think there's no children are supposed to be born out of chemistry.
That's right.
Yes,
it's not a lab
but
situation.
She's trying to make it out like a control thing, like she wants to control everything.
Yes, everything.
And that's part of being independent, because wherever you go, whatever goals you set for yourself, that's what you're going for, and nothing cannot change your mind. So her mindset now is to have a baby, but not to use a man to have a baby.
Yes.
So how does that work? I don't know. She can go to China and clone. I don't know.
I must add to that. I believe this woman is a very controlling individual. She wants to have everything her way.
She is, because she is very controlling.
Maybe that's the reason.
And who knows, when she was younger, she pushed people that probably might actually love her or willing to have a family. She pushed them away because she independent. But some of us, we take it another
too far.
on another level. We don't need. But at the end of the day, we all need somebody. another, another. So right now she just has to change her mindset.
That's true.
True. All right. All right,
So
Carl.
if she can, and she should not get jealous of other families, of other people, because we never know what the people going through. So she should try and go and ping it on her own. Try and see what it is like on her own, and not to wait until 45, where the complications are complicated.
Things, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks
Yes.
for calling.
All right.
All right. Very, very valid points there, and I do believe that this individual or this young lady needs to check herself, because at the end of the day, it's very rare you're gonna find someone who'll agree to just getting you pregnant and walk away.
And walk away.
That person, especially to me, she comes across as a very stuck up, head in the cloud type of person.
But nowadays, a
And-
guy would even ask her to pay him. Yeah, you pay me. You
And she
pay me
sounds
for
like
my
the
sperm.
type. This sounds like the type of person who
That
said,
would do
"Okay, no
that.
problem. I will
Just
pay
give
you.
you a check."
I'll give you a check." Sounds like the
Okay.
type of person who would do that. But the children are the ones who pay for it in the
That's
end.
true. That's true.
We also have a tendency in our culture to measure our love for children by the amount of money we're able to give.
That's the thing. That's what she could just buy, and just because she's she
what
said
does she think
forthright, independent.
She could go up to the Northwest. She might
She
have
can-
better luck.
But
Purchasing a vehicle like that. The children are not to
Exactly.
be bought.
That's the thing about it, and raising from birth all the way to adulthood, as